In this episode of Mighty Car Mods, the 240Z, 260, 280S30 Datsun Nissan will be finished. In fact, a whole lot has been done since you've seen it last time, so come inside and let me show you around.
240Z!
Whoop, whoop. So a bunch of stuff has happened to this car since you saw it last time. Now, you guys had a mad tip last time in the comments of saying, why don't we put a magnet in this mad flap that Miles made? So now it has a magnet in it, which is awesome, which brings us on to the second point, which was, why didn't we put just a little Bluetooth receiver in there? The reason why is that a head unit like this, even though it's kind of super ugly, which is why we've hidden it away, it does give you lots of options for EQ, for tuning, for balance, for fade, for stuff like that, which in a car like this that's a bit of an unknown was something that was going to be valuable to have.
You can also just go down to Supercheap and buy it and do it the same day.
Yeah, you can also just get it and it's done. But it brings us on to the next question, which was why didn't we keep the original head unit, like the cartridge thing? Now, I am all for like the purity of originality and all that kind of stuff. I love my old analog synths and things like that, but it was heavy and it was broken. And so the idea of keeping it in there just for like whatever's sake was not really something that was super important to me. I'd just rather it goed. It goed. How's that for me English? The other one, of course, is we were trying to work out what to do with the speakers, and some of you guys had some good points, like using some like hi-fi speakers and stuff under there. For me, like this was always meant to be like a date night car. Like I wanted the music to be awesome. The decision was made, block your ears, I know. The decision was made to put speakers in the door. We had to run wiring down to them anyway because we were doing central locking, which was part of the alarm and immobilization system. But the good news is we spoke to Import Monster and got replacement door cards, so there was no issue with cutting those up. There was a little bit of cutting required, but I will show you now and run you through exactly how we did the speakers because it's pretty cool.
My friend Miles has created a 3D model of the car's door cards so that we can design some speaker spaces that fit up perfectly.
Rather than using like an MDF speaker spacer, I designed these 6.5 inch speaker spaces up, tweeter, woofer, or mid-range, whatever you want to call it, and then used a piece of software within this Fusion 360 to cut out around the door trim. So this contour here has been designed by the intersection between the door trim and our model.
Yeah.
And so this perfectly fits around all the gaps of the door trim, how it runs around.
The 3D printed part is laid down on some foam and then covered in contact adhesive and then wrapped. Then we trim it down and then we're covering it in material that we've matched as closely as we can to the colour and the feel of the car's interior. Once the speaker is in, we can keep pulling the fabric and keeping it as tight as possible until the glue dries. With the door cards off, we've also installed some central locking, and with that, our speakers are in.
So the car does have central locking now. It's got a mad little key fob thing here, which hopefully if I close my door, Martin, you can even close yours. Shall we see if it works? Hey, look at that. All of the madness for the date night. So the stereo is finished and it sounds amazing. Like the combination of the rear speakers, the tweeters in the front, those speakers, the sub here, the amp there, it's actually an awesome setup. I'm super happy with it.
In one of my first cars, I put speakers in the kick panels, and I noticed a few people saying, oh, you should put them in the kick panels.
I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that,
yeah.
But no,
there's
not
stuff
possible.
in the way. In this case, there's stuff in the way that we've put in the way, which is our mad Haltech Elite. But also, I think depending on whether it's right-hand drive and left-hand drive, there's different stuff.
Yeah, well, over here there's a massive fuse box. I guess you could relocate stuff
Pull your
and like
dash out,
make a new loom and pull all of this out. But it's I just want to drive it. If you can't tell, I'm pretty pumped to go drive it.
And I have to say, in my old Gemini, and 70s car again, not really set up for stereos, it sounded kind of crap shooting the sound at your foot.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty good solution, man.
I think the good thing as well is that once the doors, it's all black. Once the door's closed, you can't see it. And my biggest consideration was not trying to keep it like authentic and original. Otherwise, obviously, it wouldn't have an RB in it. But I just didn't want to, each time I looked down, have this thing flashing 100 lights at me. Like I just wanted this part of the experience to be pure, Martin.
Yeah, and
I want it
still
to be
sound
pure.
good. What else is there? What else is there?
Martin, let me. I would insert sad music now, if we could. because it's not all good news, mate.
Really?
As you know, let's go over here for a second. I think a lot of people that are outside of Australia have been really surprised at what we've had to go through to get this car legal here in the road in Australia. There's so much compulsory stuff that needs to be done. And the idea of engineering is to make sure the car kind of meets all of these legal and safety requirements, which is why you've got to do so much stuff with your wipers, with your structural stuff, like with your headlights. There's so much going on there. And one of the things that you can't have is spacers. Now, in New South Wales, just having a thing floating around like this is illegal. Everyone can talk about the safety of that or whatever themselves. But in Japan, when we got this car, it had a variety of different spacers on there that goes over the hub to try and space the car out correctly. Now, I wanted to try and get I actually wanted to try and keep these wheels on there, and that's the way that I wanted to keep it because that's how it came from Japan. It wasn't going to be possible because it needed all of this. So we started exploring other options. We got a Superlight actually made, just a single one to see if we could fit, which was this. That was actually kind of custom made to our specs.
So tough.
But
it looks so fat barrel, man.
dude, looks so good.
Cool.
And these are the same wheels that I have on the Mini, of course. But it doesn't fit because of this barrel, and you can see
Diameter
there.
of the barrel. Man, so close. It would have been like 1 or 2 mil, or without that little ridge, and it probably would have made it. It's just the brake calipers. I mean, you want big brakes, you've got to have wheels that fit them.
Yeah, exactly.
Incidentally, these wheels and the spacers, particularly on the back, that was just for looks. Because the front, yes, we had the bigger, I think, Skyline brakes or something, and that needed spacers.
Yeah.
But the back actually didn't need spacers. It was just to look cool.
Yeah. But I do love these wheels, and I do want to give a shout out to the guys over at Barrel Brothers who've been helping me. And we also tried some other crazy wheel as well, didn't we, Martin?
Yeah, some Hayashi Streets. Or
some Hayashi Street, but
cool.
unfortunately that didn't fit either. That would be a custom thing. So then when I reached out to you guys, you're like, hey, how about a T37V, which is kind of the vintage lippy one. So contacted them. That was going to be like a 6-month wait or something like that.
Expensive.
I don't want to wait like that long to drive the car. We have found something that actually fits the car to tick the box for engineering. So like it has some wheels on it now. It was not like my first choice, but it actually fits, which means the engineering part is all like fine because it's not running spacers. But here's me always making my jokes about purity. I actually want the car to be as close as it was when we bought it in Japan. So we have spoken to Barrel Brothers, we've spoken to Import Monster, and now speaking directly with Watanabe Wheels in Japan. And we're going full like JDM, like actually sending them our specs, exactly what we need. They're going to be making wheels for us. And
Still takes
that's
6
the plan.
months, though.
It's going to be 6 months. It's going to be 6 months. So it was either wait 6 months and not drive the car or put something on just so we can kind of get it through engineering and tick that box. About engineering, again, it's like a lot of people when they buy a car, they buy it and then they put on different wheels, they tint it, they do different things. All of those aspects of the car, it's kind of up to you and your own country, your own legislations and whatever. But this process here is about us ticking the box of all of the requirements that we need to get done. And sometimes even that isn't enough. We had a mate who had a brand new Porsche 911. It was a GT3, wasn't it?
Something
he got
crazy.
defected. Brand new car.
Yeah,
defected.
It happens with those Mercedes side pipe things as well. All the time you hear about it.
It's crazy. But the moral of the story is that I want to run Watanabes on the car. We are going to run Watanabes on the car.
You know how I can tell?
That I'm touching them.
Sort of looks like a Watanabe, sort of looks like a Watanabe.
Oh, exactly. There's so many. And
apparently,
I think, apparently all of these I mean, this is going to start some comment section crazy, but apparently all of these Watanabe wheels, including the Watanabes, are a copy of some European wheel from the 70s.
From way back.
Apparently.
Who
And
knows?
there's so many different kinds that all look the same.
I look
And
forward
apparently
to
it all
reading
goes
them.
back to Europe. But anyway, but I'm not going to wait 6 months. So now we've ticked that box. So now people, now's the bit. Now's the...
What bit? What bit?
This is the bit.
What bit?
This is the bit, Martin. So this here, and the reason that I'm so excited today, this here has arrived in the mail. You should take a seat. You should take a seat, Martin. I'll take a seat. Let's get 2 seats. Let's sit down. We need to sit down for this. So this has arrived in the mail, and I thought we would all open it up for real. This basically tells us whether our car is legal to drive on the road in Australia or not. It'll either say you failed a number of things, or it'll say you're allowed to go get your car registered.
You don't know.
Well, we're about to find out.
Didn't the engineer tell you passed or failed, or did you say, I'll just wait for the mail?
Well, he said there's paperwork, and this is the
Thanks,
paperwork.
man.
So here it is. And
Yeah.
so now we this is it, everybody. All right. This is a good sign.
There's
There's a bit of blue paper in here.
That's what we like to see.
Which is, here it is. This is look at that, everybody. Our application for registration. That's a blue slip,
That's
which
a
is
big deal.
This is another part of the process you've got to go through. The blue slip is separate to
Oh, yeah,
engineering.
that's
and rego.
after engineering.
So that is the bit that actually says that your car has to be checked again by either someone else that's an authorised blue slip inspection person.
Yep.
So that one's all good.
Cool.
Here it is, everybody. This is it.
Oh, it's filled out, man. Except for your bits.
This is it, everybody. We have our compliance certificate.
Yes.
Well done, Martin. Congratulations.
Engine-
Thank you very much. I can't even talk.
Engineering
I'm so
certificate
excited.
number.
Oh, there is an engineering certificate number.
Passed. First inspection passed. Look at that.
Oh, it says passed.
So good.
Amazing.
So good.
Down here is oh my God.
I like that. In comments and repairs needed, it just says Z.
That's amazing.
Because it's a Z.
This is the,
It's
wow.
your engineering document.
That's the list of modifications that the car has had done to it.
I believe
that
it.
have been engineered. So we've got brake system conversion, performance engine installation, exhaust, fuel tank alteration, front suspension, steering modification, rear suspension modifications, non-standard wheels, non-standard tyre components, traxle substitution, rear axle substitution, lighting system installation, modification. It just goes on and on and on. But that's it. That's the bit of paper.
That's it.
That's what we need.
This?
So
No, wait, we need more than this.
Oh, wait, we need that, and now we can go down to the registration office,
No, you
formerly
can't.
known as the RTA, and register it.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Because you need insurance, man.
Oh
Did you get it yet?
no!
You have to ring up and get insurance.
Of course.
Do you know what? I've done that
Insurance is-
before.
Insurance is compulsory.
I've done
here.
that. I think I might have even been with the Mirror actually when I first got the white one because it came to Victoria, so you need a blue slip. Not engineering, but you need a
Okay.
blue slip. And I
Okay.
got to the whatever they call it these days, service
The RMS,
New
is
South
that
Wales.
what it's called?
And I went, I'd like to register my mad blue slip, and they said, "Where's your CTP?" I'm like, my what?
You know what the C
I totally
means?
forgot.
Compulsory.
Yeah.
Insurance is compulsory.
You've gotta have it.
Assuming you can get it.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But does this mean that means we can get it, right? Doesn't it?
I don't know. I think so. Maybe you need to call someone and get some.
Getting insurance for substantially modified cars is never really straightforward, but my VTEC Mini has been insured with Shannon's for a couple of years, so that's who we're going to use for the Fairlady.
Oh, g'day, mate. It's Mighty Cumwoods. How you doing?
Hey guys, good to hear from you.
Yeah, good to hear from you too. No doubt you knew this call was coming.
Yeah, not at all.
Hey, mate, we've got our engineering certificate now for our, it was an S30, but it actually is a 240, it would appear. We're ready for a CTP and insurance, and just wanted to make sure we meet the criteria or whatever it is that we have to do.
Yeah, sweet, awesome.
As long as we have an engineering certificate and a blue slip, are we cool?
Yeah, basically, as long as it's engineered, that means that's all I need to know about, that it's fully legal, and the blue slip means we can get the green slip activated, so that's awesome.
All the address and all the details are going to be the same as a Mini that you guys already do. So all of that stuff is the same where it's stored and everything. Do I just need to run through all the mods now, or will it come up on your system when you put the engineering number in there?
Yeah, so basically what I'll do is I'll bring up the vehicle, we'll run through the mods that make up what the car is,
Yeah.
and then I'll do my bit, and we'll get it all started for you.
No worries, mate. How long will it take approximately from start to finish? Because we want to try and head down to RMS today and get plates. How long until it's actually active?
Look, Max, I'd say maybe 10 minutes to get both of these done and sorted, including payments. 75, that's in 240Z.
Yep.
Same as what I've seen on the videos.
The same as what you're seeing on the videos. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Now, I've got your details. I've got your I've got your address from the Mini, so I'll bring that up.
One of the nuggets on the Nugget fleet.
Yeah, we work pro
Master of
rata, so I'm not too
nuggets.
fussed. I know when you get a new toy, you want to use it, so
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
factor that in.
Yeah.
All right. Now, tell me a bit about what all the mods are. I've seen the videos, but tell me about them. What's going on with the engine there?
Yeah, so basically it's got a RB26, which is from Skyline GTR.
Yep.
Then it's got a 34 gearbox, a 5-speed, and an R34 diff as well. It's got the suspension's upgraded, the brakes are upgraded, the complete rear end is upgraded. I can email you through all the specifics of each of those things if you need them.
Yeah, cool. What we might do is that'll make it easy. I've got some basics here. If you send me through an email with all that list, I'll just upload the whole list in there, and then everything that you want noted down is literally going to come out in the paperwork for you. Okay,
no worries, man. Or I might just shoot you an email and then I can give you a call back.
Yeah, sweet. Easy.
Awesome. Okay, thanks, man. Chat with you in a sec.
Yep.
Okay, see you, mate. Bye.
Bye.
That was easy.
Well, that's all good. I'm gonna go do my blah, 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 and then I'll come back when we're done. Oh, did you see Master of Nuggets? See? Some people will get it. That's cool.
puppet driving a nugget. How to restore your Datsun Z car. Put an RB in it. Or don't. Or don't. Whatever you want to do. We're all friends. Dado Parts. Brought to you by Gumtree. Just can't work out this hat thing, eh? It's really freaking me out. Like, look at pigeons just...
We filmed enough. Can you go away, Martin?
I'm going to go buy a Gemini. Why is there a bird cage in our shed?
Do you guys insure Geminis, or does no one own them anymore? Marty's keen for one. He reckons he can get a Gemini that's going to beat my Fairlady here, which is life.
There's a challenge.
Yeah, exactly. There's a challenge. He won't do it, though. He's too stuck in his mirror game right now.
Too stuck in this bird cage. I can't work out what...
Do you have a RMS?
Seriously, I got away for like one
That's
day.
my new bird cage. Leave it.
Dude, Geminis are $35,000.
Sorry, what was that?
I'll call you back ASAP.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you very much, mate.
Geminis are 35 grand.
Thanks, mate. Bye.
What is happening?
Martin, I'll tell you what's happening, man. Do you want to know what's happening?
$35,000.
Yeah. Dude, what's happening?
What is happening?
What's happening is a number of years ago, we were thinking about getting a 34 GTR. Remember when they were like $40,000?
Oh, look at that.
Now, Martin,
So sick. Yeah.
they're like over $100,000 for a POS.
Why? I
Can't
just want to know what's going on
some
with your
money
hat.
out so I can buy insurance.
I can't really get past how that can even
Because I've been head hammering a seal. What do you
my
want me to say?
55, 62, 65. Woo! Into fourth gear.
So we're on our way to the RMS. This is where you register cars in New South Wales. Used to be called the RTA.
Roads and Traffic Authority. Now it's the Road and Maritime Services. Now it's Service New South Wales because they did.
Oh, is it another name again?
They changed it again.
I don't know. But this is the place that you basically go when you want to get your L's, which is when you learn how to drive. They give you those L plates and P plates that you see over here, which basically means you're professional learning how to drive. JDM Power.
There's a hill. I've got to change into third gear.
And what's funny is that Marty and I both ride motorbikes, road bikes, dirt bikes, and when you go to do your motorbike license, they make you do the knowledge test again.
The L's test.
They make you do your L's test.
Yeah,
and the
weird.
funny thing about that, I'm sure there's some good reason, but if you've already got a car license, you should know the road rules because you're already driving a car.
Yep.
And I think some places, like in Queensland, I don't think you need for certain like mopeds and stuff. You can just go ride them on a car license because the road rules are generally the same. But we've got our paperwork here and our vehicle safety compliance certification.
Oh, that was
scheme.
close. Did anyone else see how close that was?
And we're going to go down there. Our compulsory insurance has gone through. We've got our blue slip. We've got our compliance certification. We'll go and pay some money for something,
Tax.
and then hopefully all going well, we're legal people.
And that's full rego. You drive on the street
just
whenever
ready
you
to
want.
go. So
You
I'd
just
like
want
to
to-
congratulate everybody that's been with us for this long, by the way, because this has been a way bigger, more intense, more expensive, more time consuming, but ultimately more beautiful experience than any of us could have ever anticipated. Isn't that right, Mark?
You haven't even driven it yet properly.
No, I've driven it on and off a tow truck, and I drove it in Japan, but haven't driven it here. Here we go, Martin. It's your time to shine. Do
It's a
it.
little speed hump. Wait. Ready?
Here you go.
You got to stick your tongue out the side of your mouth. Like, go, come on.
Cheryl, what?
A Range Rover's cool.
Range Rovers, I wouldn't use the word cool, no. They're probably very capable.
What is that smell?
That's the owner of the Range Rover. Oh. Okay, everybody, we have arrived at Service New South Wales. It's lunchtime, so it's probably going to be busy. And
We may let
be
you know.
waiting in.
We may let you know what happens if we
Here we
can.
go, people, the delightful place that dreams come true and dreams. Thank you. There you go. No worries. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet
Cheers.
you.
Thank you. It's always trickier buying cars from Japan.
So much
it's
so.
just, it's crazy.
I can't find that. I can't even find the Japanese receipt. Nor can I read any of it. But we'll see.
Good luck.
We have to.
me.
We have to pay in Australia as well. You have to pay the stamp duty.
Stamp
so
duty. But we already paid duty when it came in, or do we have to pay it again?
I think we have to pay it again, and you
Really?
have to pay it on whatever you bought the car for. you got to pay like 3% plus 150. No,
But we already paid 5% when it came in.
and we paid 15% already because we paid
Well,
GST.
GST and 5% duty, and now we pay another 3%.
That's rego duty. That's different duty.
Ah,
The taxes are crazy. Well, you actually did use a Sharpie. Why don't you just get a new hat, dude?
I don't have any money left after this car.
After you pay your rego.
It's the only shoes that I got.
They're comfy, aren't they, those? You just
I
like
got
them
these
because
in
they're
America
1J.
because
You
they're
like
called
them.
Supers.
Didn't you get those at Kmart?
No, they were my other ones. I replaced them with these. I found these in LA when we were there doing something. Anyway. But,
Roadkill.
I was jumping up and down in a bin, and there was paint in the bin.
And it squirted onto your hat.
No, just went on my shoe. That's the only pair of shoes I have at the moment.
The hat just messes with my No. It's like prairie dogging or meerkatting every time it happens. Ooh. No. They're cranking through them.
I reckon I got put in some special category of like, this guy's
You
going
would
to
have.
wait.
Because it's a long... The other
It's
thing
going
is,
to take a long
it's a
time.
long process to set up a new rego. Last time I did this with the mirror, the person rolled their eyes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, new rego.
Or when they go, have you got a receipt? And I hand them something in Japanese, we're going to be here for even longer.
Yeah. Or we're going to
Should one of us send the other one to go get a thick shake?
Another receipt.
Heads.
Heads is you're going.
Heads, I'm going.
Yeah.
Tails, you're going.
Heads, you're going.
That's tails, man. See? Kangaroo tails. $21.05.
I can't leave, man.
Oh, is anyone still with us?
One more.
Where next? The next time they call a ticket. Oh, the next time they call a ticket of this series, that's us, people.
I'll go through the 55 other people waiting before we get.
That's us. I'd like to register a new car that hasn't been registered before, please. And I've got the blue slip, which is filled out there. It was imported by Import Monster, and then, but we paid for it. But because that import approval is not in our name, because we didn't import it, then we can't register it.
That's right. So now we're just waiting on Aaron to send us paperwork that says, yes, it's owned by
imported
Mighty
for
Car.
us.
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as we have that, we're good.
Hopefully.
And we pay them some money and we move on.
Yes.
2 hours later.
Everything looks like it's going okay. It seemed a little bit iffy there for a second.
We might be there. We might
I
be
have
out of the
ordered
woods.
number plates for this car. We
Yeah.
might be out of the woods, just like Tay-Tay. She was out of the woods, remember?
Was she? Our green slip, which we paid for before on the phone to Shannon's, that's all done. And ordinarily it's sent through electronically to the government basically to prove that you've got insurance. And that would have happened. But when you do an imported car or an completely unregistered car, it doesn't.
And moral of the story is, unless you have to, don't do this. But I'm very glad we did.
Oh yeah.
I'll be gladder shortly.
And you only do it once. Good news or bad news? What do you want first?
Bad news?
Bad news is we have to start all over again, from scratch completely.
Why?
We have to start the whole application again.
I really. Do you want to go get us some thick shakes?
Yeah, I do actually. While you wait for that. Whoa. So, that's what hoodie pockets are actually for.
It has been hours, but just as the thick shakes arrived, we are approved. And the job is done. The car is now legal to drive on the roads in Australia.
You know what that means, right? You know what the number plate means?
No, no idea.
Don't you? Yeah, you do.
Oh, I do.
To anybody who's still with us, thanks for your patience. It did take a long time.
So long. Probably about 2 hours longer than it should have.
Yeah, you know, I mean, like, it could have gone quicker if, you know, there were a couple of things we could have done to make it quicker. But
It's just different every time, especially when you're doing something like that.
Yeah.
Imported, hasn't been registered before.
But it's now registered. I have the number plates down at my feet. I can put them on when I get back. All I want to do is go and drive right now, and I've got some other stuff that I just have to do.
Work calls.
So, you're either going to see 55, 60 k's an hour. We're in a 70 zone. All of that drama and
No go, it's illegal. All the drama. All the sizzle, no sausage.
so anyway, we can go back, get the plates on, do a quick blocky of some kind.
Why don't you go buy a Mazda 3? Okay. You could buy a Gemini, except they cost like $1 million.
Yeah, but it seems so do 240Zs now, so there you go. All right. Thanks everybody for like hanging with us. As soon as there's plates on the car and it's driving around, you all are going to see it. Don't you worry about that. Thanks a lot, everybody. See you soon. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. Hey, bro.
And that guy's peeking.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you very much. Chop the Hilux. Chop, 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 chop.
Not going. There we go.
It's nice to see fans around.
Yeah.
Got their
So excited.
stickers on and stuff. That's awesome.
Loves it.
Thank you very much, everybody, and see you later. We've got our papers. We got our plates. It's time
Get
for
keen. It's time for spring soon.
Skids. I'm so excited, man. Like, I'm just pumped as all shit. Far out. So excited.
Lucky the camera's not rolling, so no one will ever know. Psych! It was. Everyone knows now. They heard you saying that full legit, that you're
really?
excited.
All right.
You know, you were just telling me, but then
I'm so
I was setting
excited.
the camera up, and so now.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Are you
good.
frothing? You know, I can tell
course
you're
I'm
frothing.
frothing.
Should just froth.
does
That's on
that
your
mean?
head. Your
No,
hat's
that's-
got froth on it.
No, I was painting.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I was painting my.
Oh, you're hitting your head on the thing.
I was
you're
hitting
painting?
my head on the
Oh,
thing,
that sucks.
and then do you know what I did? Then I got a black Sharpie and tried to colour in all the paint.
That never
So
works.
dodgy. No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work on tint.
No.
It doesn't work on anything.
Didn't
Sharpies
work.
just look,
It didn't work.
unless they're being like written on an actual thing they're meant for, funnily enough. Anyway,